Today, I'm going to be sharing a book review on the book Sea of Charms, which is a new release book from Sarah Beth Durst. I'm going to automatically give the cover 5 stars here because I think the covers on her books are really, really beautiful. I think the artwork is just absolutely amazing, and it's just so gorgeous to look at. This book had multiple different premises to it, and I'm going to be 100% honest that I did not enjoy this book as much as I thought I would because one, I was definitely in what you would call a reading slump when I was reading this because there's a part of me that was like, I want to read, but at the same time, I was like, I don't really feel like reading right now. And then also, and this may sound kind of strange to some people, I think because this book was written in the premise of summertime, like that's what it felt like in the book. I think that also kind of threw me off right now because, and I know it's technically summer still, but I'm done with summer mentally and I just wanted to go into fall because it's just too hot. And I definitely didn't I just didn't want to read a summer book, if that made sense, but I did want to read this because I wanted to see what it was about. I ended up giving this book 3.5 stars, and I'll explain why. So the whole premise of this book is this girl, she loves the sea. She loves to be on the sea, and she's trying to repay the debt that her parents did for her when she was younger to help her with something. And unfortunately, the person that has wreaked havoc on both her and her parents is this ex-fiance. And I'm going to tell you, this guy sounds like a villain. And he basically conned her, he lied to her, he did all these things. And she thought it was out of love at that time. And she said that she trusted him. And then she realized after everything that happened that she was wrong. And she never forgave herself for that. She felt like what happened to her parents was 100% her fault when it wasn't. And basically, the ex-fiance takes over the parents' finances and scams them and almost causes them to lose everything. And that makes her really mad, which is understandable. And so she's trying to repay back the debt, and she's trying to do it in this timeline so that she can save her parents with this. And along the way, she has to escape a city because the city's on fire, and she's afraid that things are going to be destroyed. She wants to make sure her parents are safe, even though they're not anywhere near the city. And she has these little sidekicks with her. One of them is a sea serpent. One of them is like a winged animal. And one of them is a plant. Now, one of the things I will say, though, about this author that I find quite funny is all the books that she has written, there's always been a plant sidekick in like the Spell Shop, the Enchanted Greenhouse, and this one. There has been a sidekick that's a plant. And it's funny because in the Spell Shop, there was a spider plant. And in the Enchanted Greenhouse, there was a rose, a talking sassy rose. I'm not going to lie when I say it, I think that's probably one of my favorite things about her books is I just love how she does these sidekicks. Now, is this woman my favorite author? No, but I do enjoy her books. And I think another reason why I do enjoy her books is because of the sidekicks. But along the way, she ends up meeting this guy. And this guy's a musician. And this guy, he basically, you can tell that he likes her immediately. And you can tell that she likes him immediately, but she's afraid to open her heart. She's like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, because she's afraid that she's going to get hurt again. And he goes with her everywhere. He goes on these journeys with her, and they could become basically closer and closer and closer. And you can tell that they end up having feelings for each other, but she doesn't want to admit it because she doesn't want to be put in that position again. And then she says to the guy, you're going to have to be my pretend boyfriend at this festival, which for all the people out there that like fake dating in books, I think this would definitely be good for you. I've never been a person to pay attention to like tropes in books, I think is what they call. But when I read that sentence, I immediately knew exactly that that was going to be a trope for this book. But at the festival, the ex-fiance is there. And this guy, the new guy, he knows immediately who this guy is, and he purposely acts like he's the boyfriend to help her. And that's when this woman finds out that the ex-fiance basically got a lawyer, and he went in and he moved the deadline to when the money was supposed to be given initially he moved it back quite a bit. And he did it because he wanted to hurt her. He wanted to humiliate her. He wanted to control her one last time. And she didn't know what to do. And her parents are like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It'll be okay. And her attitude is, no, I can't let this happen. And so finally, there's a lot of other twists and turns. There's other characters that are introduced. And I will say, though, that characters from the Spell Shop and from the Enchanted Greenhouse, they were kind of like intertwined in this, which I thought was interesting. I feel like each book is like bringing each character back. But basically, she ends up making the deadline. And at the end, she does, I believe, end up with the guy, which I'm not a person that likes romance in books, to be honest, but I did think that the ending was very good. But I'm giving this one 3.5 stars out of 5. Would I recommend it? Yes, I would, especially if you're a person that likes the book so far by her. Was it my favorite book by her? No, it was not. I actually think that the Enchanted or the Spell Shop and the Enchanted Greenhouse were better, but that's just my personal opinion. But I am happy that I did read this because, like I said at the beginning of this video, it is a new release. And I do believe she has another book coming out at some point here this year. I could be wrong about that one, but I do think there is another one coming out. But yeah, so if you have been wondering about this book, then I hope that this review was helpful and relaxing. And that is it for this video.